Hello, everyone, particularly the new folks here who have been so kind as to tell me how wrong I am about things the last couple of days, because that was the goal. I'll get started in just a second. I just want to send out a couple notifications first. But if you're here, let me know and say that you can hear and see me okay, because I don't want to talk to myself. And then we will get started. Let's see. It's highlight. It's not going to let me tag followers today. That's a bummer. Well, hopefully it'll push it out to the followers anyhow. Anybody there? Looks like I have a few folks watching, so please say hello if you're one of the few that are watching. We should be getting some more in any minute now. We got an email going out and some other things. Now it's not letting me share to groups either. Boo. Oh, here we go. Group. Boom. 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 Just let me share to a lot of places today. That's good enough. Kez says hello in burton.co.uk, Burton on Trent. There's your free plug, I think. Says hello. Dewan says hello. Hello, Dewan. Let me send a couple more notifications and then we'll get started. I already did a little bit of pre-work because, well, for one, I only decided to do this shortly after I started doing it, but also because some of it's pretty boring for you to watch. So that's why. So Shaq says, let's go. What's up, Shaq? Always a pleasure. To my new Facebook subscribers and followers, hello. For those of you that think I'm too stupid to do math, congratulations on getting trolled. Dan says Sacramento in the house. What's up, Sacramento? All right, let's get into it because I don't know how many people to really expect because there was no build up. So what we're going to be doing today is based off of this tweet or whatever they're called now on X that I saw maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, something like that. And I have had a similar experience in my tests. So basically what he talks about is how to structure content so that LLMs like ChatGPT and so on will remember it and credit it. So what we're going to be doing today is turning that into a SaaS, software as a service. So that's what we're going to do. You can check that out at the link I just put in the chat and in the comments if you want to understand it better. If not, you can just follow along. It should be fairly straightforward. But anyhow, Hassan, the second best looking guy on Legit, is here. So as I said, I've already done some pre-work, and what that included was, and I learned something today, which is good, is I took screenshots of that thread from Twitter, and let me zoom in, and it told ChatGPT to read the screenshots, consider what it would need, and to give me a prompt that I could create lovable.dev. It asked me a few more questions. I answered them. It took 11 minutes and it generated this whole long thing, which is great. But where's the end of it? When I told it to turn it into a prompt I could use for lovable.dev, it kept giving me a lot of shit that I didn't need, a lot of like code and things. And I asked it again and it's still screwed up. So what I did then was I switched from 03 to 4.5, and that gave me a prompt that I could use. You're moving to Vegas at the worst time. It's getting hot. Yeah, I know. I went there last July and it was 115 sometimes, but it doesn't bother me. I actually prefer that. Well, anyhow, I took that and I put that into Lovable. And I also connected Supabase, which is a database and like private key storing system, among other things. And I put in the Anthropic API key, which is what Claude uses. That's what I find that writes the best content. So we're going to use that. And then what it did was I didn't like the font initially, so I changed that. And this is where we are. So this is what's built so far. And I'll put this in the chat so you can check that out and follow along. Good turnout today. And most of it's fake X stuff, but still good turnout. All right. So that's kind of where we are. And let me just walk through how this will work and why it's not yet working. So first of all, you'll put in, let me zoom in a little bit. And at any point, if you have a question, just drop it in the chat. I'm just going to sit here and work on this until I get it done or I run out of time. Ruble says, hi, friend. Hello, Ruble. But basically, you put in the name of your, and it's designed for SaaS, but it could work for anything. You put in your brand name, the type of product it is, your founder name, your website. If you have a logo, you put that in. I don't. You put in your ideal customer profile. So I said an SEO or marketer who's attempting to show up in LLM results and wants to be able to track their progress. I said it's very difficult to track. The main pain point is it's difficult to track if you're showing up. Unique differentiator. There's not many of these. It's easy and it's cheap. I forgot to put cheap in there. I put for 3 unique strengths, AI powered, easy to use, inexpensive. I don't have any trust indicators or media mentions. And I don't really know if there's any competitors. So I saved that and that worked. Then I went down to generate niche phrases. And it gives you some phrases that you can use to describe your app. Let's choose this one because I like it the best. And you click Save Selected Phrase. Now here is where we're running into problems, and that's where we're going to start. Is when I click Generate Homepage Hero Section, error, failed to generate hero section. So we're going to come back over to Lovable and turn on chat and say, when I click the hero section generator, it throws a toast message that says it can't generate it. Help. Nafiz says, hey boss. Hello, Nafiz. Keith says, hey Chris. Hey Keith. So the reason I turn on chat is I find that it's a little bit more intelligent than if you don't. And then what it'll do is it'll figure it out and then it'll ask you, it'll tell you to implement it. The main issue is that the edge function is trying to access data.0, this array, without checking if it exists or if the API was successful. Format has changed. I bet that it's not even using the API. Can you confirm that you are actually using the API for output and not using mock data, please? It has a habit of doing this. Okay. So now we turn off chat and we tell it to implement a plan to fix what it's got wrong. Uncle Chuck says hello from Las Vegas. I'm moving there in less than a month. In fact, a month yesterday, I will take possession of my new place. So looking forward to that. So now we're just waiting for it to hopefully fix that issue. I wasn't real happy with the output, or the not the output, but the interface that it generated. But that's secondary to making it work. And if I can get this to work, I'm going to sell this. Got 6 people on the Zero to App YouTube channel. 5 people on Facebook, 6 people on Facebook, and 21 people have seen this on X, not on the drug, on Twitter. Why Vegas? I like it there. I was also considering moving to BGC in the Philippines, but I ran out of time to make an international move. But I love Vegas, and it's something I've been thinking about on and off for 20 years. And I finally decided to pull the trigger. I hope you're doing well, Scott. Now, the downside to this channel is there's a lot of gaps like this where it's just thinking and I don't really have anything to do. So I have to think of things to talk about. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I implemented comprehensive fix. The hero section. All right, well, let's see if it actually does. It's going to make me refresh the page, I think. Well, at least it saved all my information. That's actually handy. All right, so generate niche phrase. Generate them again. Yeah, I like this one. Save selected phrase. Generate homepage. Nope, same error. Try. Nope, same error. Asaf says from LinkedIn. So now we're 2. Oh, hell. What's up, LinkedIn? I thought I'd get more Facebook people today, but I guess I pissed off a lot of them, of the new folks. So we'll see. Plus, it wouldn't let me tag followers, which was disappointing. Yeah, there we go. Live now. I wonder if I can tag commenters. Nope. That's disappointing. All right, let's implement the plan. No, I don't want Claude Sonnet 3. Let's what models doesn't, yeah, I already looked this up. So what are the model names supported by the Claude API? Not supposed, supported. This is my first time doing one with the Claude. Well, I guess no, it's not. Never mind. Is Opus or Sonnet smarter? I think Sonnet is smarter. Let's go over to Claude and see. Anuja on LinkedIn says, hi, Chris. Nice to see you again. Nice to see you too. Large language model for complex challenges, smart for everyday use. Let's go with Opus. Switch the model to... No, we want Opus. I guess that's the date in that string there, because that's, yeah, the model to that. Pretty good turnout for an impromptu live stream on not my main channel. Usage. All right. So yes, implement the plan. No shit, genius. The whole point was to get people to comment. So thank you. So now we're in another one of those awkward moments where I have nothing to say because it's writing. Julius is watching live. Well, thank you, Julius. Always a pleasure. Is your favorite color orange? Mukhtar says, congratulations. Thank you, Mukhtar. I don't know what I'm being congratulated for, but I appreciate it. What does this do? Let's try this. All edge functions have, this should resolve. I didn't get a 404 error, idiot. I doubt most people remember the orange Julius, but I think it still exists. I could be wrong about that. All right, let's try it again. So far, this is further than we got last time. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Look at that. It even put in the HTML for you. And the download works. All right. I find that Claude is, well, first of all, it's new, and I, like anybody else, like new, but I find Claude writes the best content. Everybody has a different opinion. And, I could probably, if I take this live, I'll probably just add, I would probably add the option for the user to choose. Let's generate an about page blurb. This might actually end up being a pretty easy app. Wow. Forum Q&A answers generate best AI rank tracker for an SEO or marketer who's attempting to show up in LLM results and wants to be able to track their progress. So you would post this on Reddit or Quora or wherever, and then you would use whatever answer it's about to give you. Let me change who my competitor is. Uh, oh shit. I'll just make something up when we get to that point. Okay, where did it go? Where did we go? Hey there, this is actually a really timely question. Tracking this out is crucial as more people use ChatGPT, Claude, and etc. I think that's a pretty damn good answer. All right, so let's put in, this isn't a real one, but let's just put in Ahrefs for a competitor. I mean, it is a real product, but it's not really a real one of these. All right, so generate a, so what we're going to generate here is a comparison page. So a brand signal AI versus Ahrefs. And we're at another one of those times when I have nothing to say. Bilal says, such great information. Big fan, boss. Why, thank you, Bilal. All right. So 2024. So that has, you know, that's why you got to check these things. But evolving. Okay. So the evolving landscape. So this is not the greatest content. It would need, I would probably work for SEO purposes, but it looks way too AI in my opinion. So we're going to want to, that's something we're going to work on. So generate best AI rank tracker tools for an SEO or marketer who's one attempting to, okay. So that's a bit long. And we'll generate this one as well. I think this is going pretty well. Like there's very little we're going to have to clean up. This is a workable app. And guest post topic. Let's put in best AI rank tracker. I don't know why it's choosing 800 words, but I guess that's fine. I'm wondering if we're hitting some sort of token limit or something because this is taking a long time. No, maybe not. Professionals. I don't know. I think these are pretty good. I think we just need to put in some humanization, and like I think the export could be a lot better. There's the schema. I'm not a schema expert, but let's just go validate it. Today I will buy a subscription and have a wish to meeting you. Well, thank you, Bilal. Let's go schema validator. What's the Google one? Yeah, there we go. Schema markup validator. Code snippet. I mean, I'm sure this is, I mean, it's got made up data in it. So that's something you're going to want to look into because like you can see, I don't know, let me zoom in so you can see. Wasn't that dumb? Well, hopefully you can see that, but basically it made up like the ratings data for it. So, and the price. So you're going to have to, like, this is going to need more information. So we'll have to add that. But let's just run a test to make sure it's good. Yeah, and it passes that. So we just need to, update the data to make sure that that's right. But overall, that looks pretty good. So we're going to come back over here. Okay. And the guest post one is done, and it looks like, yeah, I think this is, overall, for a first thing, this is not bad. So let's continue on. First of all, I don't like the way the buttons look. I know that's dumb, but apply the gradient to the buttons. All right, let's do it this way. No, you didn't. Oh, you have to refresh it. Oh, there we go. That looks better. Okay. All right. So the schema is making up data such as number of reviews and so on. We need to prompt the user for that information if we don't have it. Did you set the type of company? It generated it. I don't know. So let's take a look. Or do you mean for the whole app? The whole app is designed to help for SaaSes, but you could put it to any. But yeah, let's see. Company type. It says software application. So that's pretty close. I guess that's probably more accurate, honestly. All right. So it's going to prompt me for more stuff. I think this went pretty well so far. I'm pleasantly surprised. Much better than the first one of these we tried to do a few weeks ago. If any of you were here for that. I'd like to say hello to my new Facebook followers who followed me back for after I trolled them and are still days later telling me how wrong I am. Apply changes. Alrighty, funny moment. What are some other features I can add to this, you guys? Like I want to get a download everything button, and I just want to clean up this interface. But what are some other things that you can think of without compromising the original intent, which was to emulate this? Obviously, I want to put like a homepage and a login because I want your emails. But what can you guys think of? guys and gals, if there are any gals here, if any of the 3 women that follow me are present. All right. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, that looks like it makes more sense. That way we know what to put in the schema and it'll leave it out. So the next thing I want to do, I would like to upload a document with some custom instructions for the AI to blacklist certain things so it doesn't get used in the content. How can I do that? Well, that works out, Dara, because we're going to have another session moment here while it thinks, so I can recap. Hey, I missed a portion, so not sure what exactly. So we are building an app that is going to generate different types of content that are ideal to influence LLMs. So, for example, I'll put the tweet in the chat there so you can check it out. But it has several different things that it looks for. This is specifically for SaaS, but it should work for just about anything. So, and it's mostly just good SEO, but it'll that's what we're doing. And so far we have generated an app. Let's refresh. An app that collects the data and generates all sorts of different types of copy, web page, forum questions and answers, comparison pages, guest posts, and schema. Why is it not there? That's weird. Something's off. We'll have to look at that in a second. Let's pop this out. All right, there it is. I don't know what was going on there. So what we're trying to do now is see you have a comprehensive SEO generation system for implementation of custom certain content. Add new table, file upload component. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Create an edge function to process up blacklist terms, forbidden topics, competitor names. Okay, great. AI prompt enhancement, user interface. Okay, cool. So basically what I want to do is, you notice in one of the pieces of content, it did that in today's competitive digital landscape bullshit, we want to be able to upload a document of things for it to avoid. And I happen to have a document like that. So that's good. So now we're just going to have it add a feature so where I can add that. But let me know if you have any other thoughts. Guy. I don't know where I said Gary from. At the end, does this become an app unlovable or does it generate an HTML site? Yeah. So what you can do once you're ready is you can publish it. And I've published a bunch of these. You can check out like this one, brand signal, the AI rank tracker that we're using as our example. Like I built this in Lovable. You just publish it to a domain and it copies the code from GitHub over to it. That's one you can check out. This is the actual AI rank tracker that we're talking about. And so you should definitely check that out. But once we get to the end, I'll show you that. But that's that. Here's some others, though. Here's copymagic.ai. This one writes, basically it writes legit sales pages. Things like that. And I've got probably 10 others that I should put into like some sort of portfolio. Whew. I'm out of breath. It's been a while since I did a live stream, so I'm kind of, it's like a certain muscle, not an actual physical muscle, but like a certain skill that you have to work. And it's atrophied. I don't have anything to say at the moment because it's just writing. But basically, what I'm going to do once this is done, assuming that it works correctly, is upload a document that will blacklist and hopefully just make the content better. Not hopefully, if it works properly, it will make the content better. And yeah. So just waiting on that to finish, and I'm running out of things to say in the meantime, which, uh, I got nothing. But yeah, and then I think what we'll do once we get these two things hammered out is we'll try to improve the interface a little bit, just because this is a bit clunky, at least in my opinion. And then if there's no other suggestions, I'll just add like a home page, and that's pretty much it. I'm pretty pleased with how well this came out. Or maybe I don't know. We'll see how much time we have after we do those two things. And if we still have time, we will we'll add a model switcher, because somebody was asking why I didn't use Gemini. And what I'll just end up doing is I'll just add a model switcher to add Gemini and OpenAI. Although I think OpenAI writes shit content, but your mileage may vary. This is taking a long time. Here we go. Where? Okay, but where is it? Oh, I think we're about to get an error. Usually you can see out here it's still not done because there's a stop button. Usually when it takes that long, there's an error. Yep, there's an error. So you have this try to fix it button when this happens. So we'll try that once. And if that doesn't work, I'll show you what I've found works better. Sometimes this will work though. While we're doing that, let's just go ahead and show the channel. If you could, and you enjoy these streams and these live software builds, I'm going to try to get back to doing them almost weekly. I've got a big month coming up, so I wanted to get one in, but we'll do them periodically. I'll try to do them weekly most of the time. But let's see. If you could go ahead and subscribe, I think that'd be great. And I'll put the link to do that in the chat to make it even easier for you. I'd appreciate it. It helps me stay motivated. Clive, this is a live stream. We're building a software. I had a lot of errors when I've used Lovable, so I'd be interested in seeing how you fix this error. Okay. Well, in that case, it worked. It fixed it the first time. But basically what I do is I'll copy the text of the error message and I'll turn on chat, and then I'll put the error message in there and it'll think through it, and I'll turn it off and tell it to implement the plan. So, all right. So where the fuck is it? Okay, so how do I upload the file? Clive, what we're doing is using AI to build a piece of software that will generate content that is friendly for large language models like OpenAI, Claude, and so on. So it created the flit thing, but then it just didn't give me anywhere to do it. So now we're going to click on, let me move Claude out of the way here, or Clive out of the way here. And you can see it came up with what needs to be done. And now I can just click add that. Lovable folks, if you're watching, you should cut me an affiliate deal or something. And once again, we're at one of those stages where there's nothing to do for me to do but to talk. Can you send me the link to what? Ah, there it is. Okay, so you can see we can add blacklisted terms, forbidden topics, competitors to avoid mentioning, and additional instructions. So I'm going to do is I have a document that I a blacklist document, and I'll be happy to share that with anyone that wants it. Upload and process, of course. All right, this is what you were looking for, Dara. So what I'll do is I'll turn on the chat, and if we get an actual error, I'll explain it. But when I go to upload a docx, I get a toast message that says failed to upload and process document. Failed to upload and process document. Okay, I'll put that in. I'll do that right now while we're waiting on this thing, but I'll put it in the description. So we'll do that. Let me go Dropbox. Upload file blacklist. I got this list from Lauren Tickner just to cite my sources. Copied. I'll put this in the chat for now, and then I'll go back and edit the YouTube video to have it in the description as well. Found the issue. It didn't post to Facebook. All right, let me know. Let me know if you see it, Dara. All right, so fix it. And we're going to wrap up soon because I still have to get my steps in for the day. All right, apply changes, major changes. Oh, I hate when it does that. All right, there we go. And if I get an actual error this time, Dara, I'll just do it the way I talked about. That way you can see it. But basically, it's just a copy and paste type of thing. I'll just put it in the comments. Let me see. There you go. Hopefully you can see it there now. It's right above you on Facebook. If not, just shoot me a message on Facebook and I'll send you the direct link. Try uploading it again and it should work. Dimes to donuts that it doesn't. Blacklist. Upload and process. Maybe I need to refresh. Blacklist. Upload and process. Nope. Nope. Same error. Can I attach a file? Could it be a problem with the specific file? What's going on? What? There we go. I swear these AIs take Sunday off because I get to do like the most in-depth work in these things on Sundays usually, and it just sometimes it just does this and just dumbs out for lack of a better term. Let's refresh and see what's going on. Oh, yeah, it could be. What is the deal? Let's try a Shift F5 and see if that helps. Nope, still fuckered. Well, we may be coming to an early close. Let's try this. I tried opening it in a new tab, but that's still fucked also. All right. Well, let's do this then. Somebody was asking about how to get it to a domain, so let's do that. Give me 10 potential names for this project that would also make good domain names. I strongly suspect that lovable itself was vibe coded. You there? This happened one other time on a live stream. I don't know if it's like the bandwidth or what, but yeah, that seems like that's going to be the showstopper for today. All right, so LLM boost, and I don't like that because it kind of prompt CO, semantic lift, prompt you like prompt authority, context, prompt influence. That's pretty good. Is that available? Of course not. Give me 25 more. Yeah, sorry guys, I was really like getting into this, but I guess we are. I guess it's taking the rest of the day off. I guess it is a holiday weekend. Quad rank answer authority. There's no way that's still available. Prompt lift. Ooh, that's a good one. I bet that's not available. Yeah, I figured. There's no way this is available. Number 22. AI. Ooh, that's not bad at all. AI mentioned would be more of a tracker. Rank with AI. There's no way this is available. I'm going to buy this either way. I'm not even going to use this for this project if it is available. That's just too good. Yeah, that's what I figured. Prompt beacon context. Yeah, it's not very good. Prompt lift, context signal. I have two other tools that have the word brand in them that are similar to this. So I'm going to ask it to include the word brand. Give me 20 or so that include the word brand but are still appropriate. Brand prompt. Yeah, brand. I'm sure that's not available. Fuck. Brand. Fuck. Give me 50 more that are. I'm trying to narrow it down now. 2 words with the first word being brand that are still appropriate. And Arif says, good information, sir. Thank you, Arif. Christiana says hello. Hello, Christiana. Brand boosted. There's no way that's available. Did I try that one already? .net is available. Is the .ai? Fuck. We may try that .net. Brand. There's no way brand mentioned. Brand visible. Brand recommended. Brand fuel. Brand AI. I'm sure that's not available. Brand push. Here's one that is available. ChatGPT. I mean, I'd be afraid to use ChatGPT in the name. Brand shaper. I did not expect this to be this difficult. I almost said hard, and that would have led to it. That's what she. There we go. Brand shaper. It's not perfect, but brand growth. Brand mover. I don't really like shaper, to be honest. that's the one, brand mover, because that's kind of what we're doing. So, all right. So the first step is to come up here and connect to GitHub. GitHub, if you're not familiar with it, why is it? I changed this and I don't like it. That is a code repository, so you can upload code and download it and things like that. That's a pretty very very basic explanation, but all right. So that's configured. Now what we need to do is come over to publish. Get out of the way. First of all, you want to publish it just in general. And then you can publish it to a lot of different places. They have a built-in custom domain thing. I've never used it. I use Netlify, which I'll show you in just a moment after this is published. All right. So now I'm going to come over to Netlify. I've never used their custom domains thing. Maybe I will sometime, but for now I want to do what I know works. And you log into that. You can log into that with your GitHub account. And you can add new project, import from an existing project from GitHub. Where is it? What did they? Let's see what it's called. Why isn't it? Nichecraft SEO Scribe. What a stupid name. All right, so niche. All right, so you find the right repository. What brand name did we decide on? Brand mover. Give it a name. Oops. I don't know what any of this means. I always leave it as is. And then you click deploy brand mover AI. This will take a second or two. Now we do a new domain. If you happen to have one, you can do it, but I'm going to buy one. And what was it? Brandmover.ai. Search. The only thing that sucks about .ai domains is you have to buy 2 years. So this is going to cost me like $200, but it's worth it. Register. I've never seen that before. We could not. Okay. So now we have to wait for the name servers to kick in. So that takes a minute or two. So let's refresh and see if this is still on the fritz. You there? Nope, still fucked. This is the second. I've done 3 of these, and twice Lovable has taken a shit in the middle of it. And I've only done this. I've never had it happen when I'm not live streaming. I don't even know what that's going to do. But, ooh. Yeah. So let's take a look at Netlify, see if the domain is ready. Not quite. Does anybody have any questions? And what the main things I want to do after this is build a homepage. Well, first of all, I want to see if this even get this to work. Because that's where we were when we went off the rails. But get this to work. Yeah, the YouTube channel that you're watching on right now, I will put that in the chat. Thank you for asking. What was I saying? Oh, the next thing we want to do is get that file upload thing to work. And then I want to clean up the interface a little bit because it doesn't look that good, in my opinion. Yeah, and this is just completely broken. And then I just want to put in a login thing so I can start collecting some emails with this. And that's pretty much it. Bo says, impressive work in building an AI content app, leveraging technology like ChatGPT can truly revolutionize content creation. Looking forward to seeing more of your progress. Bo, the go-to AI automations crew. I'm guessing that comment was AI, but I appreciate it anyway. And if it's not, I apologize, but it came off very AI-ish. Is that even a word? AI-ish? Well, we're still preparing because everything is going to be difficult today. For those of you that know, I blame Georgie for that. If you know, as the kids probably don't say. Yeah, Bo is definitely fake. The worst part, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. All right, of course, this is going to take a long time. Well, anyway, once these are done, then I'll get an SSL certificate, and then this app will be available on that domain, and I can publish to it from then on. So that's kind of how that works. We've been here over an hour now, and I think we're kind of at a standstill as far as what else we can do. But if you want to play with this, that's what she said. I say that I am heavy in AI, and you are literally the only person I watch the live streams because you give genuine value without the fluff or selling something unnecessary. It's no BS and real world applicable greatness. So thank you. Well, thank you, Guy. I appreciate that. I try to, these selling through these doesn't work. First of all, but even so, I just enjoy like doing this stuff in particular. I enjoy doing, and it's cool to do these hangouts. So I'm glad that you get some value out of it. But I will continue giving this a glow up because this is something I can use, to be honest. And I may eventually build that into this other app that I'm building, but I'll put the link to the preview domain in the chat so you can check it out and play around with it and give me feedback, if you find anything. But I'll refresh this one more time. Nope, it's just not my day. It's still broken. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and anybody that sucks, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for hanging out. I know it was short notice, but we had a pretty good turnout today. I think we got pretty far until Lovable and Netlify decided to drop a deuce. But cool. Now we can. So the HTTP version should be working now, but not the HTTPS. So let's go. Yeah. Okay. So that will work. And then now we just have to get it in a Let's Encrypt. So you just verify it. It's going to say, then you can say provision certificate. And this usually takes a few minutes. So I'll hang out a little bit longer until that gets done. But yeah, that's kind of how you publish one. And you'll be able to update that in Lovable from now on, assuming it ever starts fucking working again. and then just every time you publish, it'll get published out through GitHub to your domain through Netlify. So this almost ends up working. Lovable almost ends up working, assuming that it works as your CMS, like it was WordPress or something like that. So I'm fucking pumped at how easy this was, to be honest. I mean, other than the glitches we ran into, this is a powerful tool to build a whole array of AI SEO content, you know, especially once, you know, we get some of these glitches out. So let's refresh. We'll provision. Still not quite there yet. Yes, Ebrar. Google does not care, and truth told, AI content is better than a lot of writers at this point. I was going to say they don't know, but I have a hard time believing that they can't find it. All right, so we'll have to wait a few more minutes. Decent turnout today. Please subscribe if you don't mind. You can do that at this URL, which will give you a one-click subscribe, assuming that you're logged into your Google account. I'd appreciate it. This is a lot of fun for me, and it's a lot more fun when the homies can have some. It's a old school rap joke there. So let's refresh. Nope, still waiting. All right, I'll wait a few more minutes, but then we're gonna wrap up. But if anybody has any comments or feedback or questions, this is pretty much your last chance, because I'm only gonna give this like one more attempt, and then I'm gonna come back. This is from Bo, who commented before. Not gonna lie, Chris, after I left that comment, this message just had to happen. We launched something wild, EM Dash, a challenge where an AI literally roasts you while testing your brain. It's hilarious and useful. Let me know if you want in. You'd seriously crush this. Staying engaged with my FB friends, Bo. Yeah, so Bo was fake. I have started the 12 blogging sites, but unfortunately 4 sites are heighted the Google. I'm sorry, I don't understand your question, Abrar. This is much slower. It's almost instantaneous in most cases. And by the way, you absolutely can do SEO for vibe coding sites and lovable sites, because I've been seeing on Reddit people saying that it's much harder. They just don't know what the fuck they're doing. So that's that. All right, I'm going to give this one more refresh and hope that it's there, but no. All right, well, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up for today. Thanks for joining. If you're one of the people that was trolling, I'm sorry that you're a troll, but it is fun, so I get it. We'll be back, I think, next week. I'm still here. Yes, next week we will be back again, and we'll either finish this app or we will build another one. But please subscribe. It's 02 App is the name of the YouTube channel. Find me on Legit and on Facebook and other places as well. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Enjoy. I'll see you again soon. Peace. Your SEO course is available on YouTube. Yeah, just search Chris M. Walker and you'll find some of my SEO stuff. All right, guys. See you later. Peace.